Heroes, you are our last hope, saviors of this world. I know you can do it, as long as you stay... Oh. They're already f***ing gone! Sidequest!
Alright, so... we are Sidequest. We have traveled a long way along our adventure, and along that path, we have to stop and tell our stories. Stories of childhood, of adventure, of dumb shit we've done. Today, joining me, I am Noel. I am being joined by Jekyll the Jester, C, and the ever-summoned Satin, and that is today's side quest. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
All
Bear
right.
with me, Jake. We'll get through this. Let's go.
All right, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna try and tell interesting enough stories to keep Satin awake.
I didn't want to sound like a downer, but as soon as you were like tales of childhood, I'm like, what childhood?
Young adulthood, maybe.
Yeah. Anywho, moving on.
You know what? Just for you, Jekyll, I have a story to tell.
Oh no.
A story.
Which one?
A story that you were there for.
No.
You.
That's never a good start to a story. That's never a good start
hold
to a
on.
story.
I have to think of a good title for this story.
It better be not that one story, because I will kill you if we put that on the internet.
There's a lot of that one story. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Let's title this one The Sandwich.
Oh, I know which one this is.
Yes, The Sandwich.
Sandwich.
Once upon a time, in a time not so long ago, there was a job. There was a
Slavery.
job that we were given.
It was slavery.
It was a little bit slavery. Working for,
Amazon.
yeah, the great Amazonian warehouse. And it fucking sucked. Awful place to work. Terrible conditions.
Don't
But-
recommend it.
Yeah, don't recommend it at all. Also, fucking 45-minute drive from where we lived at the time. Sucked. But there was one day where things became a little bit more interesting. Jekyll, why don't you
That's
take
what
over
you want to
this
call it.
story? Yeah, why don't you take over this story? It is your story, really.
It is, but it's such a weird thing to explain to people. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm a disturbed individual. Let's not get that mixed up anywhere.
You talk
but-
on the internet. Of course you are.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's weird things that will disturb me and like freak me out, and they're like the smallest little things. For example, one of my superstitions is like I get freaked out if I'm in an area and I see a singular shoe on the road, and it's even worse if it's knocked over. Because for some weird reason, my brain's like, that shoe had to have come off of someone, and the fact it's on its side is a struggle, but it's missing its other one, which means someone went missing. So, like, it's a weird headspace. So it's
See, I'm from
these
the hood,
tiny
so
things.
to me, that just means that's a crackhead shoe.
It is
But given that, we get off the shift, and I am tired, I am hungry, and I'm just so ready to go home. I did not want to think about anything else. And I walk out to my car, and I get in, and I'm like, ugh,
Wasn't
finally.
it raining that day?
No, it was bright and sunny, man. I'm telling you. I remember this like the back of my hand. I sit down in my car and I just do like that death stare out the front window.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what the crap is underneath my windshield wiper? And I get out of my car. There is a full sandwich just in a plastic bag up underneath my windshield wiper.
It was a gift.
I'm telling you, if that was like an assassination attempt on some weird way,
That
like
was a crackhead.
It was a fake
It, like-
trap.
like I'm a fat dude. Okay, you're reeling me in with food underneath my own windshield wiper, and like
That's some
wasn't it
Hansel
like
and Gretel
peanut
shit.
butter or something in there? And I was like, nah, that's got to be drugged.
Oh yeah, somebody was trying to get you.
Dude, it
They
was
was
I
trying
was
to
like,
regular peanut
it's
butter.
Amazon.
They was trying to Bill
I wouldn't
Cosby
be
your ass.
surprised.
It was just
They
regular
trying to Bill
peanut butter.
Cosby you.
Was that regular sugar in that peanut butter?
Oh, dude. All right. So,
At least it wasn't a jelly, a fucking
okay.
I will tell you,
jelly cup, a
I
pudding
was
cup.
so tempted to try it, but like everything in my head went red flag, and I threw that thing out the window going 90.
That
Now-
sandwich like disappeared like fully.
I'm telling you, if I randomly walk out to my car one day and there's another sandwich, like at my house, I see a sandwich underneath my windshield wiper, I will never sleep at night again.
I will give either of you guys
That would
20
mess
They
with
wanted
me
you to
so
be
bad.
the
I will give either of you guys $20 and his address if you go put a sandwich under his
No,
windshield wiper.
no,
right
no.
now.
Do not dox me. I will
I
end
wasn't
you.
doxing you. I was gonna tell them.
And I'll make sure it's a nice sandwich too. It's gonna be toasted bread.
Now, I'll be real.
See?
I've known
Okay,
Jekyll for
see?
a long time. I know about his weird superstitions, so I knew when I put that sandwich there, it would bother him for fucking years.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
This is not how you tell me this.
Yeah, exactly. I did.
You put the. I'm okay.
I wasn't even working
so
that
ticked.
day. I came that 45-minute drive. I was intending just to bother you at work, but I just had a stroke of genius, and I just put that sandwich there and I left. I didn't even tell you I was in the building that day. I was sitting at home just waiting for your call, and call you did at like right at the time you got off. You called me and you're like, "Hey, weird thing just happened. There's a sandwich on the hood of my car. Just, I don't know. I feel like something's up with it. You might think it might be drugged."
This man
You
lives
gaslighting
45 minutes away from me. I'm about to make a drive, and you're about to hear him scream on stream.
Hey, but you gotta appreciate the long con of this, right?
You first it was the Ouija board, and now it's the sandwich.
Should I tell the Ouija board story?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I don't fuck
still
with
owe
Ouija
you a
boards.
nice swift kick to the
Fuck
nuts
that
for that.
shit.
Okay, so in the past, Jekyll and I lived together, and maybe a few years before we moved out of our hometown, and we were living together in an apartment. There was some Halloween party, and somebody had asked me to like help with props or something. So I painted up this Ouija board, and for effect, I had spilled some drops of wax on it. And
Stupid.
Yep, it looked great. It looked the part. I've still got it.
If you know witchcraft, you know that's stupid to put wax on it.
yeah.
But
Oh,
anyways,
Yeah.
But anyway, it's never had an eye for it. I've never used it. But Jekyll has always hated this thing. Just too
I
authentic
don't do
for
well
him.
with-
He doesn't like it. But of course, I had to keep it. I had to keep it. Couldn't get rid of
you
it.
made me keep it at my house at one point. It was under my bed.
Well, that was your own fault. You could have got rid of it at any time if you were just ballsed up and touched it. But anyway, that's besides
No.
the point. What became the problem was during the time we were living together, every now and then we'd be just going around our daily lives and we would find this Ouija board just in a random place, just completely. It freaked both of us out so much. Like, it was terrifying. The thing just moved around the house completely randomly.
Fuck that.
Oh yeah, it got both of us.
Yeah, it got
Yeah,
both of
we
us.
were both terrified.
Oh, yeah,
Apparently,
well,
no.
I
Apparently
was
not.
afraid I was gonna bust out laughing every time I fucking moved it.
He
Course it was
was the
you.
one moving it, and it took his girlfriend to tell me this.
Oh yeah, I was asleep at the time, and my girlfriend fucking told him maybe like a week ago.
I nearly came into your room. I hope you know that. They stopped me.
Nah, I fully believe that.
I was.
Hey, but like, come
Bitter.
on, you guys gotta appreciate the long cons that just are funny as shit
Fuck
to
that.
you, and like,
You would have got cut.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Someone else is on my side.
Niggas don't fuck with Ouija boards. Okay,
okay,
And
yeah,
our
but
family has
besides
had
the Ouija
bad
board, like the sandwich was funny,
reactions.
right? Like the sandwich was funny.
The sandwich.
that would've- I would've got you
looking
back
back
for
at it,
that.
that is funny.
would've
The
got you
Ouija
back for
board,
the
I'm
sandwich.
still gonna hurt you for.
Yeah, whatever, man.
I'm fine with having a sandwich stuck in my window, but I didn't need you summoning like.
Because, like,
demon and-
yeah, with my weird superstitions, yeah, no, that's funny. I will give you that. But the fact that you haven't told me this whole entire time,
I was waiting for
that's
a
what's making me angry.
I was waiting for a moment like this where it'd be just artful to reveal
Online.
this information. Yeah. Come on, you gotta save some stories for the bit. You gotta commit to the bit.
He holds these in. He doesn't say them out loud. He's just been holding it in.
Hey,
Yeah.
See, if I would have held it
Like
in
a
for that long, I
monster.
would have forgot.
dude,
I would have completely forgot
I
about it.
promise you, we've talked about doing like podcasts or making videos before. It wasn't planned out at all, like fully fleshed out. And I started this, and I knew as soon as I started this podcast and my YouTube channel that someday I would tell these stories, and it would just be absolutely fucking hilarious.
And people say I'm the monster.
I've been working
I was the
on
bad
this.
person.
I've been working on creating content for years. Do it for the bit.
On the podcast. On the podcast. You kept it till the podcast.
Yep.
That's what's making me angry.
Hey, come on, man. You know this. It's absolutely a podcast kind of story.
It is. It is.
All right. So me and Jekyll have talked a good bit now. See, you've got to have some kind of weird life experiences.
All the ones that I can legally talk about.
Yeah.
that I
Just
can
do your best.
remember.
To
which
stay
ones?
legal, or-
Which ones can I say
You
legally?
know what? If you need
So
to do something
I
illegal,
shat
just
on a tree before.
what? Hold up. You shat on a
You-
tree.
So I was young, and we was moving into this new house.
Mm-hmm.
I really had to use the bathroom. I didn't think we had any toilet paper or anything. We couldn't really, we had to like wait for the key or something, and I had to go. I told my parents, "Hey, I gotta use the bathroom." They was like, "Oh, go use it by the tree." They, I guess, assumed that I just had to piss. Nah. I squatted down behind the tree and took a shit. It was like, oh shit.
Oh, that kind of reminds me of the time I got locked in a bathroom in the middle of the night in a church camp.
They were shocked. They were like, "Oh, what the fuck are you doing?" And they had to figure out something for me to use. So my older brother gave me his old white beater.
Oh no!
I swear to God, for the 2 or so months that we lived in that house, because I left the white beater on top of the mess. Every day we went out there, the white beater was slowly disappearing. Until the last day that we lived there, it was just a little piece of fabric sitting on top of it. And I don't know what the fuck happened to this shirt.
Dude, what the fuck? What the hell was going on?
the shirt was being absorbed into its natural habitat.
Yes, it was degrading. It was being eaten by the ground.
I'm not sure if wife beater and degrading should be in the same sentence. That might get us flagged.
I don't know. I'm sure that's somebody's kink. We might have to put an R rating on this.
Oh no.
Oh, funny thing about those shirts, aka the tank tops or wife beaters, for years, like only like 2 or 3 years ago, I learned that that's what they were called. I used to
Yep.
think they were called white beaters.
Oh, white
Even the black
beaters.
ones. I even thought the black ones were called white
Oh.
beaters.
Oh, okay. So you brought that up. Okay.
Dude, I don't know. They've always just been vests.
Vest.
Yeah, vests.
Best.
Yeah.
Since when have those ever? I must have been a little too country
Most-
because like
no, like most, a sleeveless shirt is called a vest.
I have never heard a tank top be called a vest.
okay,
Really?
yeah, no.
Yeah, ever.
What the fuck?
I come from redneck roots. That no, it's been called a wife beater, and that's it. I
Well,
haven't
yeah,
even.
I-
It took
no wonder
forever
it's-
till I heard it called a tank top.
Yeah, no wonder it's called wife beater. You just said you're redneck. No, duh.
Bite me.
Dang.
No,
Thing is, I
fuck
guess that was the
Oh
joke
my.
about it, is that a lot of
Vest.
rednecks wear them.
Yeah, it's like a cotton vest is apparently what it's called.
Vest.
A cotton vest.
Vest.
I have never heard of
Nah.
called that.
Because they want to call
This is
it
the
It-
first time ever.
Dude, I've worn vest for like suits.
Yeah, that's also
They
a
at
vest.
least have more of a sleeve than what those things do.
Yeah, that's also a vest.
That's not a vest. A vest comes apart.
No, not always. Anyway, moving on. All right.
We will be taking Noel to court.
What? No.
In the group this week about calling a tank top a vest,
Okay, well,
and we will have a whole entire vote.
We still gotta put Jekyll on furry court.
I'm
Oh
not.
yeah.
Yep. He's a.
We also
he's
need to
denying-
pit. We also need to pit Noah, not Noah, Satin on the furry court
Oh, why are they both going
Well,
to
more-
furry court?
why.
because he dresses like a Pokemon furry.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Okay, he might be in a worse boat than I am.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Look
I
at-
have worn that goddamn like onesie occasionally.
Almost every time I've seen you
Occasionally.
in person. It
So
has
it's a
been in that one.
reoccurring. Oh, you're not. I know I'm supposed to be a unbiased jury, but like it's
No,
starting
you're the one
to.
on trial. Why the fuck would you?
No. We're talking about Satin being on trial.
No,
We're
you're
not talking
both
about
on-
me
you're
being on
both
trial.
going to trial.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a double trial.
Okay, then
Yep,
Satin's
double
furry.
trial.
I'm not.
Nope. You-
I'll leave the call now.
hey, Satin, did you catch the plate on that bus he just threw you under?
No, I was too busy being ran over by the fucking bus.
Yeah. All right. What
Oh
are some
crap! He's
other,
getting back up. Put it in reverse.
Yeah, double tap, baby.
Double tap.
Double tap.
What rule is that? What
Okay.
number?
Okay, that is
I don't
probably
know.
the least dumb move that can ever be made.
Yeah, double
And
tap.
I feel
Make sure
like
they're
a
dead.
lot of people don't double tap.
Double tap.
I think that's one dumb move I didn't do to you, Noel. When we were in that fighting arena,
Oh,
I
yeah.
let you pick up your weapon
You did. You gave.
because
me a
I was
chance.
trying to be honorable, and
Uh-huh.
then you proceeded to kill me
Yes, I did.
Fuck honor.
twice.
Yep. It was a best
Honor
of
is
three,
for the
and I
weak.
beat you twice. But it really.
And here's the thing: when I allowed him to pick up his weapon instead of waiting, he just went straight for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't. Fight
He
with
didn't
honor.
even hesitate. He's
No.
like, I was gonna give a bow and everything. Nah, this man's like, I just
So
kill him
for-
straight up.
For context, we went to the Ren Fair. I think this was 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
And there was a fighting pit. You could select any weapon you wanted, and you could duel anybody you wanted. And I think it was like for 3 fights, it was like $30 or something.
Yeah.
So we got down in there, and we each picked our preferred weapons. So he had, what did you have? A shield and a hammer? Was your pick?
I don't even think I used the shield that time.
No, the first round we both had shields, and it
Oh
made-
yeah.
It just turned both of our strategies to shit. The shields fucking
Yeah.
sucked. But,
And you always go for the spear.
oh yeah, of course I go for the spear. The spear's the best. Spear is best
Spear's
weapon.
cheating.
Spear is strategy.
Lies.
Anyway, so it was hammer versus spear. So I will admit I fight like a bitch. I stand about fucking 15 feet away and stab him with the end of the spear while he tries to swing his dumbass hammer and tries to get closer.
I mean, I will give you this:
Damn.
the size difference between me and you. I kind of understand why you keep 15 feet back.
Yeah, no, it's that, like, I'm not that much shorter than you, but I am like 100 pounds lighter than you. I think you've got an
It's
inch.
very much the idea of, hey, as long as I don't get hit, I'm fine.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
if I hit you, it's over.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. Like, if I can just stand far away and then lunge out and get you in the gut with a spear, what the fuck can you even do?
That's a fair point.
But that's not what we're talking about. That's not that weird of a moment. We got to talk about the weird moments.
Okay. Let me see.
I'm trying to think
Weird
of any
moment.
weird moments that aren't crimes.
I want to find any weird moments that aren't cringe.
Nah, fucking tell the cringe ones. This is a comedy podcast, you dumbass.
Okay.
Damn.
So dumb moments. Oh, I almost have like a Bob story for this.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Here we go.
Trying to think of which one I should say because like
this is what
oh.
we're here for.
okay. So I'm one of those people that when you meet, I just seem like just a regular dumb person to be around, but like I will just slowly tell you more and more about like adventures I go on when I'm alone, and people they're like the lore just gets weird. But
Give us
I
the
used to do these stupid dumb adventures on my own all the time. And there was this one where I went to meet up with a friend. So I ended up at like this park for a long time. And I ended up meeting people there. And it went from just complete strangers into someone was tied up to a chair with a bag over their head. And I was in a mask. Someone else was in a mask. And we just ended up filming that as a video.
Excuse me, what?
Um,
I thought we were trying to
Like-
choose ones that aren't crimes.
well, this one wasn't a crime. Honestly, it was rather wholesome. The girl who got tied up, she loved it. But
I don't think you
Oh,
know what
okay.
wholesome means. I don't think you know what wholesome means.
I understand what it was now.
anyways,
I
no,
understand
this
what
was
you
a
were
film
doing
for
now.
TikTok. It was for TikTok. And I kid you not, like I even had like a metal folding chair, and I don't know why I had that in my car, but I also had the rope and the gunny sack and everything else. Like it like I just seem sketchy if
You
you ever look through my stuff.
Okay, I don't think this is a matter of seeming sketchy
The handcuffs,
anymore.
handcuffs were probably a little sketch to have in my car.
This isn't a matter of seeming sketchy anymore. This just is sketchy. Dude,
They were really
you have
nice.
been my closest friend for like 15 years now. What the fuck, dude?
Okay, but I'm telling you,
Like
these
I've got a
people were
baseball
so friendly.
bat in my truck, but in my trunk, not truck.
You
But-
don't carry a sword and a hammer and like force multipliers and
I don't wait. Wait, hold on. I might have a sword in the car. But
I have
Yeah,
a scarecrow
okay.
in my closet.
you do
anyways, I
what?
will say the dumb thing that came from this story after I met those lovely
that
people
wasn't the
and
whole
we
story?
had our lovely time. No. The dumb part comes out now is the fact
Okay.
that I was a good distance away from home. I had to really make this drive. And on the drive back, I got this severe bloody nose and I didn't have any napkins. And so on the highway, I pull over and I went into the truck and got the potato sack that was used to go over that person's head. And I was cleaning up this horrid bloody nose. And a cop stopped behind me trying to figure out if I was okay. And my trunk is full of this stuff in a bloody gunny sack in my hand. And
God.
like it's all there's blood on my face. I look like a psycho killer. And I remember turning to the cop and going like, "Nah, I'm good, just a bloody nose," waving the sack at him
Oh, God.
because I was too scared to think it through.
Oh, man.
Hey, allow me to be the one to say you're a fucking dumbass.
Oh, you know, wait.
If that was me, I would have got shot.
Hey,
yeah,
yeah, there's some,
Yeah, probably.
If
Yeah.
I don't think it would have been shot. I think you would just been beaten to death.
yeah, I gotta
And then they would have
You think they would have got out of their car?
Yeah,
Nah, it would have been a hit
They
and
would
run.
have just hit my ass.
Yeah.
You know,
Fly your ass.
thinking about
Quicker
you
than
being-
paperwork.
Hey, thinking about you being on the side of the highway, it reminded me of another story of a trip we went on one day.
Oh, no.
And when we ended up like fucking driving back through a fucking hurricane or some bullshit.
Dude, that was probably the most locked in I have
Yeah,
ever gotten.
dude.
Oh.
So we worked a job. Me and Jekyll, once upon a time, were a demolition crew. First off, fuck this job.
For one summer.
They
It was a very fun summer.
They never gave us fucking power tools. So we were out there predominantly with crowbars. The power tools they gave us sucked. Never fucking worked. No charged batteries. Cords were charged through. So we were out there with hand wrenches and crowbars most of the time.
I'm pretty sure
Fuck
our
that
boss
shit.
had dementia too.
Oh, fuck that
Damn.
dude. Fuck that
Yeah.
dude. I would love
Okay, hey,
What was
I'm
his
not
name?
giving
Can't
his full name. I'm not giving the company. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
will
no.
say, if you ever have to work with a Dave,
Yeah, fuck
always
Dave.
understand that person's going to be the worst person you're going to work
Dude,
with.
All my homies hate
Daves have a
Dave.
bad rap in my life.
Dude, fuck Dave. I've met several Daves. I've never met a Dave I like.
I
Agreed.
have.
Oh, yeah? You've got a good
Oh,
Dave?
I met one Dave that I liked, and that guy was
All
my
right,
pastor
all right.
at one point.
We'll,
I've met two of them.
But working with them,
yeah,
no.
We'll talk about Work Dave another time because Work Dave
Yeah.
is his own beast.
That's
You
a
can say-
whole nother story.
Fuck
That's a
Work
whole
Dave.
nother story.
Work Dave is a bitch. Anyway, we worked for this company, and one of the things that would happen pretty often is me and Jekyll would go out to the drive. At the time, I can't remember what had happened, but my car was fucked. So we were taking your car around.
And for the record, I was driving a small Chevy Aveo. And
Oh,
if
that
you've
thing-
never seen this car, it is like 2 sizes up from a clown car.
It is
is
a rough
tiny.
car, yeah. And of course,
Like me
we
and some
packed
friends
in-
back in high school picked it up and moved it into another parking spot.
Oh, dude, that reminds me of the Audi story. I have to tell that in a minute. Anyway, so
No
we-
cruise control, barely any AC, and you were lucky that thing had a CD player.
Yep, that was it was a fun time. But one of the things that was a bit of a staple of this company was me and Jekyll would head out to a job site. We'd see our boss Dave, and he'd be there maybe fucking 2 hours on the first day.
Mm-hmm.
He was there long enough to hand us the key to our hotel room, and he'd fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
He'd go home and leave us there. Now,
This
We
was
were-
my first job, mind you.
this was also my first job. This was our first job. Well, I guess I did work in a wood shop with my grandfather for a while, but that technically wasn't a job because I was paid under the table. Anyway, regardless, we were out there. We were on our first job. We were eating nothing but fucking Taco Bell. Anyway, fuck Taco Bell. Fuck you. Fuck everything. Fuck that little chihuahua. I'm never eating Taco Bell again if I can help
I
it.
love that chihuahua.
Chihuahua got astray, man.
Yeah, fuck it.
Damn.
Dude, fuck everybody. Especially fuck Taco Bell at like 3 a.m. when we're fucking driving back from West Virginia or some bullshit. Anyway,
Oh, it's so great.
fucking, I just remembered the rage in my heart about Taco Bell. I now eat Taco Bell again, but that's because I'm poor.
I felt that.
Yeah,
broke.
I can waive my moral compass for a few dollars. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, we were in
You talking about how he almost died?
we were in one of the Virginias. I can't remember which one. We were way the
West
fuck away.
Virginia.
West Virginia.
We were on West Virginia,
we were
heading
maybe
past the Ohio River.
Yeah. We were maybe 6-8 hours away from home. Something like that.
Yeah, somewhere around that.
Yeah. But
And it was like, I think it was like almost 10 at night when
Yeah.
we started this
well,
drive.
hold on. I've just remembered another thing about this particular trip that was a dumb life moment. So we were out there for maybe 2 weeks that we were on this job. And
Yeah.
one of the nights, we gotta first off give Jekyll some applause for apparently at one point having game, because one night he got a call from his fucking girlfriend.
No.
And
No,
I
we're not
had
going to talk about this.
leave the room. I had to leave the room. So I decided to go get some ice cream. So I was leaving. So first off, I'm not going to tell anything about what happened in the hotel room because
Thank
let's
you.
just say Jekyll has no manners. But
I thought you were asleep.
yep, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to leave that one mysterious. But anyway, I go to get ice cream from the gas station across the street. I thought
He went through the window.
yes, I did go through the window because fuck the door. It was also late at night, so the doors were locked or something. So I decided to go to the gas station across the street, which I thought would be a simple thing to do. What I failed to think about until I was ready to cross the street was the street outside our fucking hotel room was a 6-lane highway. But I didn't want to be in the hotel room during the phone sex that I'm sure was happening.
No.
Anyway, but so I decide I'm gonna stick with my guns and I'm gonna get ice cream. So I played Frogger. I would dart out to the divider, dodging cars, weaving at fucking 10 o'clock at night so it's pitch black and no one can see me because like a dumbass I wear all black when I'm in casual clothes. So I'm playing blind Frogger with high-speed cars and semis to get across the street and get my ice cream. And then I sit in a gas station for an hour and a half eating ice cream by myself like a psychopath. And then I slam an energy drink. It's time for game 2 of Frogger. I nearly get hit by a car. I crawl back through the window. I flop down in bed. And that is when I learned far too much.
And that's where that story ends.
That's where we're going to end that story. But a few days later, we have to go home. And the job we were on, I think we were tearing out bleachers at an indoor building. So we hadn't been outside in like 12 hours. We went in the morning and we didn't go outside again until we were done. And this was the day we were going to head home. So we had all our shit with us. There was no reason to go back to the hotel room. There was no reason to stop and get dinner. We were going to get dinner from like a McDonald's on the way home. We thought had it all planned out. We were just going to
We were tired. We were ready for that weekend.
Yeah, it was the weekend, and like I said, it was a 6 to 8 hour drive. So we were going to be leaving about 10, and we were going to get home the morning after, and then just sleep all day. That was the plan. We were going to drive through the night. We were going to switch off every now and then. We were going to get there. That was the plan. Until we started driving, and maybe an hour into this drive, the gods opened the sky and dumped the
It was like a
ocean
hurricane.
on us.
Dude, the river came up to the highway.
Yeah, that was terrifying. I think there was maybe like 6 feet of clearance between the river and the bridge. Maybe not that close, but it felt that close. And then we were driving through, like, there's a portion of Ohio that is very mountainous and hilly, and it funnels storms through that valley onto the highway. It was the most torrential downpour I have ever seen. Maybe
We kind of got nudged along by a semi.
We
Like that's
did.
how bad it got.
like there was a good.
I
maybe
swear my
two-
car was floating.
Yeah, there was a good maybe 2 hours that every fucking, I would say every 2 minutes we were driving, we'd see like 4 or 5 cars fucking slammed into the guardrail or down a ditch or swerving across the road. And we were just white knuckled on the fucking steering wheel.
Oh,
Crawling
the music
home.
was off.
Yeah.
I had to I had to turn off the AC
Dude,
because like the air was freaking me out.
Yeah, like also the air was
Oh.
wet. It was raining so heavily that the intake for the air conditioning was drawing in water. It was fucking bleeding out the air conditioning. At one point, we called somebody just to have them on the phone so we would have a witness to where we were if we died. Like,
Mind you,
like
a little fuel for the fire for the little bit of Dave hate that we had. So we call up this man
yeah, we called Dave to
because
see if we could get an
I didn't want to
extension
risk
on
my
the
life.
hotel.
I
Yeah.
don't know about you guys, but like one more night so we don't die. That would be nice.
That's what we asked for. We asked for, hey, can we have this hotel room for another night? Because
We'll
there's
we'll even go to a cheaper one
Yeah,
if it
just-
would help.
like the next town or just somewhere. Get us off the road.
Denied.
Dave said basically, you're off the clock. It's not my problem.
Damn.
Yeah.
And
Well, he
then
said it. That's the
and-
problem.
I mean,
oh no, it gets better. It gets better because we survive. We survive. I get us home, even though I wanted to curl up into a ball after we passed that storm.
The
But, like-
original plan was to switch off every now and then while driving, but it just got so bad that there was nowhere.
There was
during
no
that
switching
stop-
off. There
Yeah,
was no
nowhere
pulling
to
off on the
there
side
was
of the
nowhere
road.
to stop, and like, if we had stopped, we would have got stuck in the ditch, and we would have been stuck.
You
there.
couldn't see 5 feet in front of you. It was horrid.
Yeah, like
And-
we had to basically pray and decide where the fucking road was. We had no idea what lane we were in. As long as
Couldn't
we were on
the lights
pavement-
didn't work.
Yeah, as long as we were on pavement, we were doing well.
And then what happened the very next morning, Noel?
Oh, this part, I had forgotten this part. What was it? Maybe like 6:30 the next morning. Dave calls us up like, "Hey guys."
No, he calls you
Oh yeah,
first.
he does. He does call me,
even
first.
though I'm the driver.
Yeah, and he knew you were
calls
the driver.
you
He knew you were the
first.
driver. But he calls me first, and like he calls me up 6:30. So maybe I had been asleep for an hour at this point, because what should have been like a 6-hour drive took us 12 and a half hours because of this fucking storm. Or somewhere around there, maybe 10 and a half. I don't know. It was fucking way longer than it should have been. So I had been asleep for maybe an hour when my phone rings, and I'm like, it's Dave. Fuck. I guess he's checking to make sure we got home all right. I answer the phone, thinking, all right, I'm just going to tell him we got home all right, and I'm going to fucking hang up. I answer the phone, and I hear Dave, hey, well, I see you guys got home all right. Well, we got another.
Are you guys about?
We got another job. You want to come into the office? We'll send you back out. Like, we'll give you some overtime. And I'm like, are you fucking serious, Dave?
Noel sent him to me to talk to.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. Basically, my response was, you know what? If Jekyll is willing to drive, I'll do it. So I fucking transferred the call over to Jekyll, who is not a morning person.
So I'm not like Noel said. I'm not a morning person. I'm probably the farthest thing from a morning person. I got woken up at 7 the other day, and I don't work till 3, and I was overly ticked off about that, just over that. But I get this call from this man that almost got us killed again. And he goes like, "Yeah, I just talked to Noel about you guys coming in. You guys were supposed to be here already. So are you coming in or not?"
Okay, so no, here's
And
the
Noel-
fucking thing. Here's the fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dave is one of those fucking managers who will schedule you through the fucking app or the email or whatever the fuck it is. He will schedule you for a shift and then never tell you, and he just expects you to check that shit without prompting.
And we were doing that through
hate
paperwork
that
too.
shit.
We didn't even have an
Yeah,
app.
he would never prompt you. He would just put it up on the like company email or some shit that, I'll schedule you at like fucking 10:30 at night. I'll put it into the schedule. I expect you to check in, and if you're on shift, you're going to be on shift. First off, he wanted us to come in on a Saturday, and after we had just got back from a job Friday night from West Virginia back to our hometown, and we were supposed to go, the fucking, we're going to haul our asses the like 30, 40 minutes to where Dave was at the office or the headquarters of this fucking construction company we work for. And he expected us to be there bright and early to get sent out on another job. Granted, we had just gotten off a 2-week job. We had just touched our own beds for the first time in 2 weeks. And we had been home for an hour. And it's like, "Hey, you guys coming in? I scheduled you today." Fuck yourself, Dave.
And Noel usually takes over talk. So I'll talk for Noel and my friends if we're at like a restaurant or something, because their social anxiety kind of gets to them. But if it comes to like someone that's supposed to be an authority figure,
Yeah,
usually
I do
I'm
the
not
talking
allowed
then,
being
yeah.
the one to talk. Yeah. And so when I got the call from Dave about coming in this early after he nearly got us killed, was one of the first times I ever had Noel give me permission without ever having to say a word.
Yep.
I lost it. I lost it. I
at
threatened
that
that man's life.
At that moment, I
I
did
was
not
like,
care if we were getting
you
fired.
did all this to us. You treat us like trash. And I just now laid down. If I come in, you won't be walking out. And he simply went, all right. So you guys have a good weekend. I guess I'll see you guys next week or something. And I'm like, I'll let you know when we come in.
Yeah.
I'll let you know if I come in. It was
At that moment we got that call. I did not know if we would
Oh, it
still
was a
have a
bad
job on
day.
Monday. I
It
did not
was-
know if we were
it
going to
was
be
a
fired by
bad
Monday.
day.
And the thing is, he
irked me
wanted us to
something.
come in for like a 30 fucking minute meeting. It wasn't even anything we actually needed to be there for. We were not high enough up on the food chain to be at this meeting. He just wanted everyone in the company to be there for moral support or some shit.
You know, I think the next job we got was the time that we actually got to stay inside the office.
Yes, we did.
I think
there
think that was his way of like, please don't kill
Yes,
me.
That Monday we did get like the easiest position. We were just doing prep work in the shop for like a day or
We
two.
sat there watching Bad Omens, eating
Good Omens,
KFC,
good Omens.
while Good Omens,
Yeah.
and
Wait,
like that was a lot of fun.
Didn't we use the company card for the KFC too?
Yes, we did. I was ticked. I was like, "You're paying for everything."
We're paying for our fucking lunch. Oh, it was a fucking nightmare. All right.
I'm telling you, the lore goes crazy. If you look into like some of the stories that we did,
This is
I
the-
feel like
this
my
is
life
the-
is so boring now
This is
because of the
tame
stuff we
lore,
got away
too.
with. This is the tame lore.
Like
I could
fuck.
talk about what I recently went through. I'm
Oh?
not sure if that should I bring that up on I feel like I,
don't
should.
know which one we're talking about. Are we talking about the time with the drug handoff and the cops? Like
Oh
last
yeah,
week?
yeah. Well, you gotta please don't say it like that because that sounded legit. Um, so
Sound like you're an informant.
this story's pretty recent. Wait,
Yeah.
what'd you say? See?
I said that just sounds like some informant shit. Shit like that, get you
Mm.
shot.
Yo,
Mhm.
I
No
promise.
snitching.
I promise. Like I didn't name any names. I won't say who was there. Nothing.
Mhm. Yeah, I will just give like characters. I
Yeah,
won't say
let's
any
call
names for
him.
this one. It's
Let's
too
say,
recent.
yeah, let's call maybe fucking what's a
Um,
good placeholder name?
BB for bitch boy.
Oh yeah, BB bitch boy or actually let's call him CG. Let's call him CG.
Oh yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, CG and let's call her. I don't know. What's a fucking good placeholder female name?
SM.
Yeah, SM.
Yeah, go with
Alright.
SM.
Yeah, SM.
Okay, so SM is a person I met at work. Great person, really friendly, friendly girl. I'll give you that. Um, really polite. She's every time I met her was very quiet at work. Like you just would not expect her to be the person I found out who she is because this girl's like a golden retriever outside of work. Um, so I had met her through the break room and we had just like casual guard talk because it was just what we did. And there's different positions at our job and we can switch off if we have permission. And the position I was in was paying a few dollars more than the position she was on. And SM had mentioned that she wanted that post every once in a while to possibly get a few more dollars in for like rent. So one day she brought me a book because I couldn't bring my phone into the place I was at. So she gave me a book to be friendly. I'm dyslexic, but I still took it. Cute girl gives you a book. What are you going to do? But I tried my best. I read through what I could, and then I left a note in there, a friendly HR appropriate note, mind you. Um, like, hey, so I heard you wanted this spot. If you ever want to trade with me, for any day, here's my number, and we can talk to the soup about it. And like that happened. She goes home, and I go home. Then CG texts me,
Oh,
her boyfriend.
Yes.
Um, if you want any clue as to what this guy's like, um, the type of guy who is discharged from a,
A
a
branch of the
very
military that no one respects.
yeah. I'll try to make it vague, but it's also like, how can you possibly get discharged because like you would have had to been trying, um, or you just have to be that insufferable. Anywho, wears his blues to smoke weed and will take photos of him in his uniform inside the mirror with a gun trying to look gangster.
You're so a dumbass.
A
Yeah.
dumbass,
Yeah. Um and dude is built like a twink. Just saying.
We all know
Um,
this guy. We've all met this guy at some point.
We've
or
all
another.
met this type of person at least once.
Like,
Hey, what's
Has a
wrong with being
little
built like a
darky
twig?
flag hanging up in his room. Anyways,
what was the
a
sticker?
little what flag?
a little darky flag.
What was that?
The rapper.
What was that sticker?
Oh, I don't know
he
what
had,
that is.
What was that
Look it up,
sticker he
man.
had on his car? What was it like?
Oh, crime pays or something like that.
His fucking bullshit ass Mustang. First off, this Mustang was like, It
It
looked
wasn't even
nice.
a Mustang.
It was like one of
It's
those
such a-
cars that looks nice, but then as soon as you hear the fucker, you know it's a piece of garbage.
He had a fake wing on the back of the trunk, and it was falling off because when he lifted the trunk, slammed it back down, the thing fell off.
Dude, I didn't even see that part.
Anywho, um, trying to hurry up the story. So this goes on. I never get to text this girl, not once, because that was the mediator. But she keeps coming back and talking to me at work. And then one day, I get a text from her specifically, and not just number. She adds me on Snap, and she's telling me I'm thinking about breaking up with this guy. And of course, as the guy, I'm going to be like, yes! But also, I'm concerned. I'm like, oh, okay, so what happened? He's apparently misogynistic, mentally and physically abusive,
Oh,
and complete dirtbag, and just
Guys-
sees her as property.
the guy's a big fan of a certain bald-headed asshole who has a podcast.
Oh
Oh
gosh,
yeah,
no.
one
Wait, none of us
that
are
like
bald? No, I'm kidding.
One that got wait.
Mr. Clean on steroids.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, Mr. Clean. What color is your Lamborghini? That type of podcast. Um, so but they
Big
end up
fan, big
splitting
fan.
up, and I get a text saying, "Hey, you want to hang out tonight?" Because she can start hanging out with people again, because she's not being told she can't. I'm like, "Sure, absolutely." And she's like, "Okay, how about 9:30? Because at 8:30, I'm supposed to meet up with him in a parking lot to get my stuff back, and I'm giving back his clothes." I'm like, "Oh, okay," but I'm scared. Oh, would you like me to sit in the parking lot and just watch and make sure that nothing happens? I won't intervene, but if he gets aggressive, I'll intervene. Yes, please. Okay.
Was this before
I've
or after the fake police report?
oh this is during.
Ah.
This man. So I got there before her. I'm sitting in this parking lot scoping this guy out, and he's got two sheriff cars behind him, and he's going over and talking to him, and then having them follow him to the other side of the parking lot and having them going around the back of the building. I'm like, this is a sting. This is a sting right now. I'm watching this happen, so I contact her. I'm like, yo, SM, you'd better check twice because he's got cops with him. What's going on? What had happened is that he got aggressive, and in self-defense, she barely scratched his arm. He was trying to get assault charges on her
Of course.
and was holding her stuff hostage to possibly get her in this position so he could have her arrested. And yeah, since then, haven't had to deal with that guy. In fact, me and Noel took her stuff back to her and gave him his stuff. And this man really was trying to pull on your heartstrings, but like he has one of those lying faces where you can see straight through it.
Didn't-
It's horrible. Like he's like, yeah, she got my arm bad, and it took him to say that before he would reach up and touch his arm. I'm like, are you trying to put on a show? What?
Didn't he
but-
like lead off with something along the lines of women, right?
Dude,
Oh,
he
God.
sent me a message going like, "Oh, you know, women on their regular BS while they're on their periods." I'm like, okay, I'm blocking. Not even because of
Yeah.
your relationship. I can't stand people like you.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
And
but yeah, no.
I'll add to this story a bit. So
Go ahead.
I'm recording.
You got pulled into this.
Yeah, I'm recording a video one night, like just not really doing anything, and I get a call from Jekyll here. Like, hey, I need some help. I need a favor. We might have to do a few things that we won't talk about later. And I'm like, ah, shit. What are we doing and where do I need to be?
I very rarely make these calls, so you know
Yeah,
it's important.
It's not a common call. So what is explained to me is, hey, so SM, uh, I guess the way you phrased it was this girl I know, because I had no idea who the fuck SM was. Need some help getting some stuff back from her ex, but her ex is, you know, seems a bit dangerous, so she's not going. So I need some help, and I'm like, all right, cool, I guess let's do this. We head out, we get in the car, we roll out. We got a posse. We
I
got
got
this
rid
shit.
of all the illegal stuff
Dude, that
before
we,
this, mind you.
we
I
did.
made sure I was clean.
We did empty the car of anything that might even be kind of considered sketchy. But we pull up, and first thing we notice is there's a car off to the side being pulled over by the cops. Meanwhile, it's like fucking 9:30 at night now, and we're in a closed Costco parking lot directly under a street light, but we have parked like fucking 2 cars away from each other and are handing off unmarked boxes of stuff.
And
in
army
front of
bags,
the
mind you.
police. The police then drive over to us during the handoff and just park maybe another 2 spots away. And they just sit there having their discussion, and they're very clearly watching us. And we get through all of this interaction, and fucking CG is talking all this shit. He's like, yeah, I talked to the police commissioner. I got the charges dropped, so like if she ever wants to come
I had
back
to
to me,
beg him to drop the charges.
yeah,
Is
I
how
had
he
to
phrased
beg
it.
the commissioner to drop the charges. And I'm like, what? How? No, you don't. If you just drop the
No,
charges,
if you make the
just drop-
charge, you can drop them.
yeah, you can just drop the charges whenever the fuck you want to. But anyway, so this guy is all this grandiose bullshit, and just he's there, he's watching, he's making himself out to be the victim of all this. But also it seems like, yeah, be careful around her. She can't be trusted. Like I shouldn't have ever got in with her. But also, you know, like if you ever want to talk or if you ever want to hang out, let's do it. Like, come on, let's hang out more. Let's do some shit. And this guy is just all trying to be buddy while talking shit about SM, which I've met SM now. I have gotten to know her since then. She's great. She's great. But also, fucking CG, it seemed like half the time he was trying to talk himself up. Seemed like he was trying to fuck you, Jekyll, in all honesty. But like he also was like trying to leave himself a back door to like get back with SM at some point. Like,
Oh, he definitely tried.
I don't
And
know
that
this
went as
dude-
well as a wet fart on fade. I'll
Yeah,
tell you that.
What exactly was this dude's plan? I don't
And
know. I don't know.
It was so funny how he said it too, because he was trying to like make it where we could hang again, and then he tries to do a low blow as he takes a step forward, going like, "But I see that you blocked me on everything already." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not trying to hang out with a misogynist. Sorry. I can't stand what you're all about."
I just hate
He
your
was
whole
And-
fucking
sound like he was
vibe.
all about you.
Yeah, nah.
In that interaction, I don't know why he seemed very anti-women, anti-SM. He was all about hanging out with you, Jekyll.
Yeah,
Hey, you could have got yourself a very Andrew Tate boyfriend.
Oh God, I would have been so lucky.
Yeah,
Because it
man.
seemed like it went so great for her to begin with.
Dude.
Oh, and then we'll talk about the real dumb thing that happened afterwards. We were driving right after that, and I took this wrong turn.
Oh,
and I was
yeah,
going
fuck.
down this.
I forgot about that, where we almost drove off a dead-end road into a tree.
The reflectors were gone at the end of the road, and I was hitting about 60, and there's no lights on this road. And then suddenly I'm like, oh, I don't think there's concrete anymore after this.
Yeah, we almost
And you just
fucking-
see trees. The reflectors were there, but apparently someone else had ran over them.
Yep, the reflectors had already been hit by a car, so we couldn't see anything.
So we went through that just to like nearly die for nothing else. It's great.
Well, this is just touching the surface of the adventures we have been on throughout our lives. But I think we have reached the end of this episode. So
Yeah.
I hope that we will be back soon to tell you more amazing stories from our lives, because clearly we have lived experiences. We have wisdom to share.
Experiences.
We have wisdom to share with the world. But for now, we got to return to our main quest, and I hope you all do the same. Get out there and have some experiences of your own. But we'll be here next week. For now, bye.
See you, Bumbleclutz.
See ya.
Satin, say goodbye.
Peace.